Today I'm going to take you on a guided tour of my wood stove as I clean it. And this wood stove is actually illegal in the United States. Why is it illegal? Well, I'm going to show you that today. And I've got to clean the wood stove, so I've got my tools with me, my wire brushes, my brushes, and my scrapers. And I'm going to show you how I do this. So here we go. Some of you may wonder, why do you need to even clean a wood stove, and what is that about, cleaning it? It's dirty all the time. Well, yeah, it is, but you need to get the ash out of it so that the air drafts through it and it gets a better heat out of it. If not, eventually it just fills up with ash, what they call fly ash. I'll show you some of that here in a minute. And the stove becomes much less efficient, and it doesn't get to the heat that you need, which is real important, especially if you have a wife that loves to bake. And we bake all our own bread, all our own pies and cakes here. We don't really go buy any of that. So it's real important that you keep it clean. For us, depending on the time of year, our wood quality, which right now is fairly dry. If it's wet, it's lower quality, green being wet. Then we have to clean it less frequently with dry wood. So this wood stove was made in Serbia and imported to Chile, and it's sold here in Chile in retail stores and hardware stores, and in the United States it would cost about $3,000 for a stove, just for this very stove actually. You cannot buy this wood stove in the United States with the accoutrements that are added to it. They do sell them in the US, but they don't sell the Chilean or the European or the anywhere but the US version because they're illegal in the United States. At least that's my understanding. Alright, so what we do is you just work away from the top, bottom, and then we're going to go up the stack and outside. And the key is to try and keep all the ash inside. And then we shovel it out, clean it out. I have a steel vacuum cleaner which can handle ashes and actually even hot ashes. It's a really old one. They don't make them like that anymore. And so for me, I like to use my vacuum cleaner because it really has a good job of getting the nitty-gritty out. All this stuff here I'm cleaning is not creosote. It's what's called fly ash. It looks like almost look like spider webs. And I want to get all that off. Alright, so here's the stove. A little more up close. Looks like any other stove. Got a big oven with our oven tray. My wife likes hers upside down in there. This is a fake door. It has a little thermostat on it here that opens a ventilation duct in the back. This is our ash. Ash is there which need to be taken out, and I will when I get the rest of them in there. And here is the inside. Wow. So the fire's in here. The heat and the smoke comes out and goes back here and goes up this pipe in between through this big water tank, which heats my water in my house. That's one place it heats it. Okay, so how does this work? Well, the fire's in here. This is a water tank right here. The fire is in here. This is a firebox, and this is a big water tank. and there's a pipe that comes out here, and you can see it gets here and exposed. And the flames and the heat, or the exhaust, go over this pipe, and they heat all the water that's in that pipe. It goes back into this other tank, and from that tank it goes, well, actually it probably comes out of this tank and goes up and goes out. So from there it goes into this tank here, the one on top of my stove, and that goes to a storage tank I have upstairs. Okay, neither one of either this my tank upstairs does not heat water, it just stores it. Okay, and that's kind of important because I don't have to pay for any hot water. This will make steam. So today I've got to clean all this out. I'm going to clean up under here. There's another little trap door here I got to take out. Right here. I'm going to take out the pan underneath the oven. Down there in the bottom of it is screwed in. You can't see it. And I got to sweep and take everything out of it, all the dust. And then when I'm done with that, I take a wire brush. It looks like a toilet bowl cleaner, a big one, and I go and I clean inside all this all the way to the outside of the house. And all that goes down in there. Goes down in here and ends up in the bottom of the back of the stove, and I clean that out too. So it takes a little bit of time, but why is this illegal? Well, it's illegal because of this heating element right here. Because this ability to make hot water. Oh, well, that's not a big deal. Well, the heck it isn't. That's free hot water. You guys pay to run your hot water all day long. My hot water is totally free whenever this wood stove is burning. How much hot water does it make? Well, that's a good question. It makes enough hot water. Well, that's warm. Let's see what the temperature is in Celsius. It's 25 degrees Celsius, so that's around, I don't know what that is Fahrenheit, but it's not cool right now. It's warm water, and that between the combination of this coil and the tank that's integral, so we have an integral tank here and here into a coil. Between the combination of that and this, the two of them, I have hot water that'll last 2 or 3 days, 2 days. Okay, so what's really cool about this is the hot water. Lori, how hot is that?
Hot.
And do you have it on all the way hot right now?
No, I don't.
And how long's the fire been going?
About 5 minutes, and now it's too hot.
Yeah, it gets really hot. One other thing that's really cool about 10-year-olds in Chile is they get to make fires. And we encourage our son to make a fire regularly. Actually, every morning. That's his chore. We like to give it to him. So your 10-year-old may not be allowed to play with matches, but ours is. Turn around and smile and wave at him and say, Mr. Matches. And it teaches them respect for the fire. Thomas, have you ever burned yourself?
A lot.
A lot? Well, you're learning though, right? You did a good job, son, and Thomas cleaned up underneath the oven. So, anyways, Lori's doing the dishes now that we got hot water. Hot water always helps get the grease off. So, there you go from our wood stove. So, anyhow. Well, I hope you appreciated my video, and thanks for subscribing. Merry Christmas to all of you. This is December 2017, and from Thomas, wave Thomas, ciao from Chile Expat Family. Ciao from Chile Expat. See you.